Fed increases interest rates. Mortgage rates are higher. Stock market is down. Real estate market softening. We're going to talk about all of that, and that's coming right up. My name is Eli Maggins, and I'm a real estate advisor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the surrounding areas of Charlotte and the areas of South Carolina, specializing in luxury homes, new home construction, and custom homes. But more importantly, and as always, I am your realtor with heart. Not trying to sell you anything, but trying to help you find a home and a lifestyle that you and your family are going to love. If you think that you and I are a good fit, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is down below. I'm giving away a free online guide that's going to tell you everything about Charlotte schools, neighborhoods. Please go down to the link below and get that. And if you like any of my videos, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me out, and subscribe. So what's going on in the Charlotte real estate market? What's going on in the market in general? So we're going to go through a quick article from Fortune magazine, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on right here in the Charlotte market from my day-to-day observance and being out there in the trenches. Let's hit it. This is from Fortune magazine. The housing market enters into recession. Here's what to expect next. On Tuesday, we learned that home builders broke ground on 982,000 single-family homes in June. That's down 19% since February and down 16% from the same month in 2021. While it's hardly a blowout, it's clear builders are cutting back. Historically speaking, that's exactly what happens when a housing cycle turns over. As existing home inventory increases, which it is nationwide and here in Charlotte as well, builders have to compete against them, and they decide that they're going to start to cut back. Anecdotally, I've spoken to some builders who go to get permits, and they have seen the number of permits actually gone down for new home construction. Peak euphoria is behind us. We are giving back some of the euphoria home pricing that was rolling over every housing market. Existing home inventory will continue to rise, which it has been, and home building will continue to slow. I don't know how much it's going to slow, but it's going to slow, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. At least that's the view of so-and-so, which does consulting work. As it goes, the ongoing housing recession, the contraction of the housing market, could push home prices lower in bubbly regional areas, in markets that are very, very bubbly, meaning they've gone up too far, too fast. Indeed, many bubbly markets are barreling toward price cuts in both 2023. Includes markets like Phoenix, Nashville, West Palm Beach, Las Vegas, Austin, and Boise. Boise is like the poster child for this. Builders are already deciding not to pour slabs in certain markets, which is the technical trigger for the start of a home build. So they show this chart here, home building max over here 2005, over here we peaked 2020, and then slowly right over here we've gone down quite a bit. Soon after mortgage rates spiked this spring, the housing market slipped into a housing correction. I don't know if I would call it a correction, but it is slipping. It's easy to see how those higher rates priced out many would-be buyers. If a borrower in December took out a $500,000 mortgage at 3.1%, they'd owe a monthly principal and interest payment of $2,135. That was in December. If the same borrower took out a $500,000 mortgage today at an average 30-year fixed at 5.5%, and I think it's a little bit higher, they get a payment of $2,839. That's $700 per month extra. That's why the housing market is slowing down. It's not because there's a lack of housing, and it's not because of any other factors other than the fact that the mortgage rates have gone up and have pushed some people out of the market. While this housing recession has hit markets coast to coast, it's hardly even. It's delivering a particularly hard blow to housing markets in the Mountain West, West Coast and Southwest. Just look at the shift in inventory levels. Over the 6 months, housing inventory has spiked 247% in Denver compared to just 18% in Pittsburgh. Not too far behind Denver are Austin, Colorado Springs, Stockton, California, and Boise, Idaho. I have a client who's in Denver, Colorado, wants to move over here to actually Denver, North Carolina to get a house on the water. And because he cannot sell his home right at this moment, it's preventing him from moving from Denver, Colorado over here to Denver, North Carolina, which is just the north part of Charlotte. So it is holding some people back for sure. What's going on? These Western housing markets also happen to be among the most overvalued markets in the country. As the pandemic housing boom ranged over the last 2 years, many of those markets, which are more constrained supply-wise, saw a staggering home appreciation. In Boise, home prices went up 53% over the last 2 years. A chart of areas that are highly overrated: Denver, Austin, Colorado Springs, Boise, Nashville, Phoenix, Palm Beach in Florida, Oxnard, Thousand Oaks in California. And there's another reason why Austin and Phoenix are contracting faster: investors. Once investors see the market start to slow down, they pull out. It's a herd mentality. Another chart of how high the markets have gone in certain areas. Check out Boise all the way up here. So the bottom line is, that is what's going on nationwide. What's going on here in Charlotte. Here in Charlotte, this is what I am seeing. Yes, mortgage rates have gone up. The buyer pool has gone down. Number of people who think they're missing out by not selling their house now has increased, and we are getting an increase in inventory. Now, those increase in listings are not necessarily the prime real estate that a lot of my clients are looking for. I am still having trouble finding clients super perfect, beautiful homes. So in certain areas of Charlotte and some of the suburbs like Weddington and Marvin, it's still game on. You're not going to have the same number of people bidding for the houses, but you are going to have houses that, if are in pristine condition and priced reasonably well, will be going right away and may be going under multiple offers. Now, it's not going to be as much of a fight. There's good news here. The good news is that there is more inventory and there's more choice. My buyers are having more of a choice. They're not having to fight tooth and nail. So there is more inventory, more choice. You don't have to make up your mind in 30 seconds. The offers of purchasing homes that are the coming soon, where you can't get into the house, those days pretty much have gone. In areas where there are houses that are very, very desirable, there's still going to be tons of showings and there are going to be multiple offers. However, for the most part, that has died down. So what am I seeing? Increased inventory, increased buyer choice. We don't have to rush. This is all awesome stuff, frankly. It makes me happy. I don't have to give crazy amounts of due diligence money, which is a fee that we usually give. I don't have to give $250,000 in due diligence in order to get the house. I don't have to waive inspections. I don't have to waive appraisals. It is a much more healthy market. The market is normalizing. This is a good thing. It's not normal yet, but it is normalizing. I have someone who I've been working with. He's now my buddy, and we put in offers under coming soon. We gave astronomical amounts of money as down payments. We waived appraisals and we did everything we needed to, and we didn't get a couple of houses. Thankfully, we didn't, because we found a house that started at $1.15 million. They quickly reduced it to $1,050,000. The house was being sold by a realtor, so she actually saw that there wasn't a lot of demand. We actually got the house for less than that, including a lot of the theater equipment and chairs and stuff inside the house. Much bigger house than we were looking for initially. We got the privacy we were looking for. We didn't have to compromise. It's freaking awesome. Very happy for him. and it's going to be good news for buyers moving forward. Are we still in a seller's market? Absolutely. Are prices going to zero? Absolutely not. They are not taking a nosedive. They are being reduced little by little, $20,000, $25,000. After running up hundreds of thousands of dollars in value, going down $20,000, I don't see as a major correction or a major price reduction. Now, there are some people who are selling their houses. Went into a house last week with buyers from Chicago, waterfront, gorgeous, Lake Norman, selling for $3.895 million. I cannot comp out that home in that neighborhood for that price. Not at this point, not at any point, not 3 months ago. All of this has happened in the last 3 to 4 weeks. This is all new stuff. So this house that was selling for $3.9 million, almost $3.9 million, was purchased 3 years ago by an anesthesiologist for $2.3. He is looking to make a $1.5 million profit in 3 years on a house that he did absolutely no work on. Will the price go down on that house? Absolutely. Would I consider it a price reduction? So he doesn't make $1.5 million and he makes $1.2 million? Probably what's going to happen. Is he still going to make $1.2 million? Probably. In addition, new home builders. This is an interesting thing that's happening. New home builders have been the biggest, I won't say all new home builders. A lot of home builders, the new home builders, have been a piece of work to work with for the last couple of years. Arrogant, they have been, I think, gouging a lot of clients. Right now, they need realtors to bring them people. They had reduced commissions to realtors to bring them people because they didn't feel they needed anybody, or these people didn't need representation. And they made it very difficult for realtors. I am now getting emails on a daily basis from these new home builders that they've increased their commission rates by double, back to normal. Wow, that's crazy. I'm getting tons of emails from realtors who have houses that haven't sold in 24 hours or 6 hours or 2 hours like it did 4 weeks ago, and now their buyers are motivated. I can't remember the last time that I got emails from realtors saying that their buyers are motivated. That is a big change. So we've got an increase in inventory. We have a slight decrease in prices, but still the prices are much, much higher than they were 2 or 3 years ago. You've got new home builders offering incentives. They're not kicking them out of the office and saying, hey, don't let the door hit you in the ass. They're giving them reduced interest rates if they own the mortgage company. So they're reducing the interest rates. One of the home builders here is offering $25,000 in upgrades. This is unheard of, guys. In the last 2 or 3 years, this has not happened. This is a good thing. This is a normalization of the market. Makes me happy. Yes, interest rates are higher, but we're having more of a choice. We're getting a little bit of a decrease in prices, a little bit of softening. It is all good from my perspective. It has to happen. It was unsustainable. If you're looking for a luxury home, a custom home, a new home here in the Charlotte metropolitan area, or in the areas of South Carolina, and you think you and I are a good fit, love to be able to help you out. Contact information is down below. Don't forget to hit the link below for that free online guide. I thank you guys so much for watching. And until we see each other again, next time.